Hey gang, welcome to another Steven Universe recap vlog. Today's episode is Onion Friend. In the episode, Steven's making the best sandwich ever and only needs the chips, which were stolen by Onion. He follows Onion back home only to find there's a bunch of paintings of Amethyst. Weirded out, he brings Amethyst back to the house only to find out that's Vidalia who's painting the pictures, Onion and Sour Cream's mom, which is really cool because since Story for Steven, we theorized that Vidalia was actually their mother and it turns out to be true. And Marty is the dad. What a douchebag. Onion and Vidalia invite Steven and Amethyst to dinner, which Amethyst and Vidalia catch up while Steven and Onion go upstairs to play. A bunch of weird stuff happens, including Steven watching Onion be born on tape. Yeah, this is my face for most of the episode too. After a couple of unfortunate events, Onion decides to show Steven the secret passage to his room hidden behind a Doors poster, which I think is really clever. Steven's like, nope, I've had enough. Goes downstairs to recollect Amethyst, only to find out that Amethyst is venting all her frustrations on what's happening in her home life with Garnet and Pearl fighting. Realizing that Amethyst needs this, Steven goes back upstairs to play with Onion and take whatever torture comes his way. Steven goes through the secret passage following Onion, which reminds me a lot of Wind Waker, only to find out that the end of the passage is a secret shrine for all the guys and gal toys that Onion owns. Which, by the way, I guess that's a very Jinrai quality toy line now, isn't it? Steven's really impressed with his collection, and Onion gives him one of the rare ones. Steven bonds with Onion, but at the end of the day, Amethyst invites Vidalia and Onion to the beach house, which kind of scares Steven because Onion's a weird fuck. The episode itself was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm trying not to say fantastic every time because I feel like it's going to get redundant. But overall, I really did enjoy the episode. It's a nice little mellow, bittersweet character piece, and it's interesting to see Onion. I know he's a big fan favorite just because of how demonic he is. And, he just makes me uncomfortable. In, like, that good way. Like, I don't dislike him. He's not my top 10 character either. But I understand why people enjoy him. I think it's really cool to get some closure on the Vidalia thing. Like I said, we theorized about this in Story for Steven, and it's really cool to, like, have this show not blatantly say things, and they introduce concepts early on, and then they confirm them later. I think this is a really mature way of doing it, and I feel like a lesser show would have been just in your face about it, while this one's just kind of like, the people who are watching can figure it out, and, it's really cool that the show gives us so much credit, especially for a show that's supposed to be skewed lower, though definitely has a lot more mature moments. I think it's a little odd that everyone's named after food, and it's not necessarily a turnoff. I just don't really find it as charming as a lot of people do. It reminds me a lot of One Piece and other manga, where they tend to name things after recurring schemes, like, oh, what's in my room? Okay, I'm naming people after that. Sometimes it's kind of clever with, like, Fryman, I kind of get, but, like, when they're directly named after something, say, like, Onion, it's a little, odd to me. But like I said, it reminds me a lot of One Piece, especially with Vidalia having an onion haircut. I think it's really cool that we got some real character growth for Amethyst, having her get a little bit of praise, and just in general, seeing her side of things. This is definitely a Pearl and Garnet storyline, but it does affect everyone, and I love the fact that the show is basically touching upon everyone being affected by it. Because when you're in a group of friends and someone fights, it affects everyone in some ways. Sometimes not a lot, sometimes a lot. And it's definitely affecting Steven and Amethyst, and I think it was really cool to take the time to reintroduce Vidalia, even if it's just for this part. I don't really have a lot to say about the Steven and Onion plotline part of this. I'm more interested in Amethyst and Vidalia, which I know it probably wouldn't make for a really good episode or not, but I would have just took the whole episode and just been like hearing Vidalia and Amethyst talk about their exploits. I think it's really neat that the Gems actually have a social life outside of just Steven, and it's cool to finally see some of those plot lines reveal themselves. Overall, I think it's a really good episode, and I'm glad I got to watch it, and I'm really excited to see what's happening. There's 2 more episodes of Steven Bomb, and I can't wait to talk about them. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and see you guys later tomorrow. Whenever I upload the next video. It seems to be the next day. Do you guys like the video editing? I've been trying to do a lot more video editing. I'm trying to make these more impressive for people, but hey. Also, do you like the new redesign? I drew myself in Steven Universe. I did it in the last episode and didn't know I was going to do it, so I didn't talk about it. Yeah, this is going on too long. See you guys soon.